We should get going, Justin, Sadie said. We all have a math test to study for. Don't remind me, Michael groaned, as Sadie and Justin headed out. Chapter 2. Math came much easier for Justin and Sadie than it did for Michael. For some reason, Michael had to study twice as hard to end up with the same grade. This stinks, Michael complained as he sat at his desk, staring down in his math book. I just don't get this. Why don't I get this? Let's have a look. Pearl hopped up onto Michael's desk. Pearl, a first-century rodent, was not schooled in formal mathematics, but she had to deal with limited resources her whole life, so she had a natural talent for counting and calculating. She peered at Michael's math book. This looks interesting. I think I might be able to figure this out. Knock, knock, knock. Someone rapped on Michael's door. Merle and Pearl looked at him in panic. Hide, he whispered. The two squirrels scurried under Michael's bed as he called out, Come in. Hey, buddy. Dr. Gomez, Michael's dad, opened the door. What are you up to? Michael looked down at his math book. Math, he said gloomily. I have a test in a couple of days. Not your favorite subject, huh? Dr. Gomez asked. Not by a long shot. It's easy for Justin and Sadie. It's totally not fair. Well, some things come easier for some people. That just means you have to work a little harder. Like I said, totally not fair, Michael scowled. Tell you what, Dr. Gomez said, taking out his wallet. Here's a little motivation. He pulled out a $10 bill. If you can get at least a B on your test, this is for you. I'll stick it on the fridge. Make sure it's high enough so Jane can't snag it, Michael said. Dr. Gomez smiled. You're a smart kid. If you work hard, I'm sure you can get a good grade. Thanks, Dad. Dr. Gomez ruffled Michael's hair. Well, I'll leave you to it. Let me know if you need any help. He left the room, calling over his shoulder. If you need inspiration, check out the fridge. Pearl and Merle came out of hiding. Well, you heard the man, Pearl said, hopping back up onto Michael's desk. $10 is a lot of money, Michael said. Let's do this. But Michael's enthusiasm for studying didn't last longer than 10 minutes. Arr! Michael covered his face with his hands. I don't get it. Let me see if I can help you figure it out, Pearl said. Michael slammed his math book shut. I need a break. I'll do this tomorrow. Chapter 3. Pearl scurried along the thick branch of the walnut tree outside of Michael's room, carrying a sack of walnuts. She jumped down onto the windowsill and called out, Merle, breakfast! Walnuts were plentiful at that time of year, so it hadn't taken her long to find enough nuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She climbed into the room and looked around for Merle. Hello, she called out. Ah, good morning, Merle sighed cheerfully as he exited Michael's bathroom, wiping his wet whiskers with the back of his paw. It's incredible. No matter how much I drink, it keeps filling itself back up. I tell you, Pearl, it's like the loaves and the fishes. A few days earlier, Merle had discovered an inexhaustible source of water in Michael's bathroom. Merle had been so excited that Michael hadn't had the heart to tell him what a toilet is supposed to be used for. The bedroom door burst open, and Michael ran in. Hey guys, gotta go. Justin's here. He scurried for his backpack. For Justin, being on time to school meant getting there 30 minutes early. Being late totally freaked Justin out, which totally stressed Michael out. The result was two fifth graders who were always on time, which was a positive as far as their parents and teachers were concerned. Have a great day and figure out a good plan, Michael called as he rushed out the door. Pearl noticed that his math book was still on the desk, but before she could remind him to take it, he shouted, Make sure you keep the door closed in case Mr. Nemesis gets out. Bye! And with that, he shut the door. You forgot your math book, Pearl called out, but Michael was gone. Chapter 4. How's he going to study for his test without his book? Pearl worried. Too late now. Merle hopped up on the desk and tried to lift the book. There's no way we can bring this to his school. It's way too heavy. Suddenly, Pearl had an idea. What if I work on figuring out how to help Michael with his test while you work on a plan for where we're going to live? She asked Merle. Merle knew that his job was going to be much more adventurous. Sounds good to me. You explore the book, and I'll explore the trees, he responded. As Pearl cracked open Math is Your Friend, 5th grade edition, Merle scurried up a branch of a walnut tree outside Michael's bedroom.